Hi. Alrighty, I think we're live now.
All
But
right.
welcome everybody. This is episode 2 of the Out the Pocket podcast. Today I have an extremely special guest today. One of my great friends. I've been friends with him since we were in middle school. This guy got me into a bunch of different type of music. I remember when he put a bunch of different rock songs that I never thought I would have liked, and you know, he got me into it. He loves the team that I despise, but I love the guy no matter what. Give it up for Alfredo Prince, one of my best friends. Can't thank this guy enough. He's done so much for me in our past. He can attest to. We've been through a lot together, and I love this man. But how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself, man?
Doing good. Just enjoying another day of life. Enjoyed another week of football. You know, it was it was not fun for me to say the least. I'm pretty sure it was fun for you though. You know, you yes sir. The Cowboys. Unfortunately, the Cowboys are now undefeated, albeit defeating the Jets without Aaron Rodgers and the New York Giants, which honestly surprised me. I had to take those shots. You know, I had to, but
Of course. I mean, Jets without Aaron Rodgers. I mean, come on. I was
yeah.
expecting to go to the Jets with Aaron Rodgers. I was hoping to get, I mean, quote unquote, an ass whooping, honestly, because we have been winning with Aaron Rodgers for a very fun time. That's just the Cowboys.
Yeah. No, exactly. The Cowboys, they just always find some way to. But let's be completely honest. Even though I hate the Cowboys a bunch, they're always a good team. But the thing about it that Cowboys haters love is the fact that they give their fans so much hope just to come crashing down. Because as a Raiders fan, I have no hope every year. I have the hopes. I have the hopes and dreams of trying to do something, but it doesn't always work out like that, unfortunately. The Cowboys are legit, though. Let's just get that straight. The Cowboys' defense is looking scary. Their offense, I mean, you see a lot of people saying that they're boring or like they're playing efficient, but I mean, like, that's what you want. You don't want Dak trying to force the ball, right? You know.
No, definitely. They're playing it safe. They're beating everybody. They're making smart moves.
Mm,
I mean, had an interception against the Jets. Sauce.
mm-hmm.
They only able to throw a pick, but unfortunately, Sauce did drop it. So I mean, it saved us from a pick.
Yeah, no, most definitely, I agree. There was a lot of missed opportunities on the Jets' defensive side, but at the end of the day, you can't take away. I understand that you're also trying to be humble right now because you don't want to hype them up, but they played efficient football. Like, they ran the ball, they spread the ball around. Like, I was watching the highlights of it, and at the time when I was watching the highlights, I'm like, okay, they're not going deep ball. It doesn't look like they're looking that good. But then at the same time, you look at the score and it's 10-30 or it's 10-27, I think, by the end of it. And I'm like, what the hell happened? And they're just marching down the field, getting those easy yards and just setting up field goal because that's all you have to do. You don't have to try and force it. You're already leading by so much. What gets you the most excited about your Cowboys this season so far?
So far, the defense. Man. The defense is outstanding. I said it last year too. Defense, especially with Stephon Gilmore
Mm-hmm.
on the
Yeah.
other side of the ball, was a great addition to the team, man. I mean, linebackers are doing good. Michael Parsons.
Mm-hmm. He's an animal. He's a legit animal. Like, that's one thing that we cannot deny. Michael Parson. I mean, you saw that sack that he got on Zach Wilson when he went in on the edge and then ran back out, going straight towards him. It took less than and I looked back at it, like, Zach Wilson wasn't playing bad until the fourth quarter, where he threw 3 interceptions in one quarter. But like he was playing efficiently until the end, and then he just like gave him all those balls up. But Micah Parsons is a dog. He is definitely a dog for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And the thing is, with Wilson, I mean, think about it. He's barely getting back to the offense. You know,
Yeah.
barely getting through, and he took all the rest back and Rodgers fell.
Yeah.
And then because I was rooting for the Jets this year. I was rooting for the
I know.
Super Bowl.
Yep. I was
So
too.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's just, especially for the Jets right now, a lot of heartbreak. You know, it's a pain. It's painful to lose. You know, your starting QB, and now you have to go back to the same mess that it was before. And I mean, Zach Wilson is what Zach Wilson is. Like he, at this point, he's not. He's still underperforming for what he is. Um, Give me a second, my kids. My kids want the remote. You see them bringing the remote right now. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna be right back.
Very good, very good.
They just wanted the TV. But yeah, what were we talking about right now?
Zach, he's underperforming a little bit on the outside.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And you know, you hope that they can figure it out because honestly, like you. It's kind of sad to see how Zach Wilson's going, especially like I didn't like him last year because he was so cocky and he wouldn't take responsibility for anything. And then when he got the job back from Aaron Rodgers, he looked like he had matured. And then all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, but it doesn't make him good at football. Like he's still the same old Zach Wilson. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, you can think about it this way also. Back when Johnny Manziel was going to, he didn't have better guys get behind, learn from. When Zach Wilson has an opportunity with Aaron Rodgers, he might be up.
Yeah.
But if he gets that mentorship that
Yep.
he can develop into a great quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback at all.
I agree. He has that natural ability, you know. Zach Wilson, he's a good runner. Like you see it. You even saw it against, you know, Dallas. There was some plays where he would get out on when the pocket was collapsing and he would run the ball, but you know, he's still making a lot of those rookie mistakes, a lot of that stuff that you don't want to see from your QB. And I mean, the problem with it is like if you want to compare it to like somebody say like Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen, he throws a lot of interceptions and he throws a lot of picks, but at least Josh Allen wins games. You know, he keeps them competitive. Like he makes a lot of mess ups. He might mess up a lot, and that's what I said in the week one that a lot of people got mad about was that Josh Allen is overrated. But I mean, like you look at the interceptions, and you don't want that. You don't want that. But he's still.
Can I put a comparison out there? He's a modern day Brett Favre.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I exactly.
At the same time, the Bills are absolutely a machine if Josh Allen doesn't do, takeaways.
Yeah.
If he does clean ball, I would say the Bills are top 3 contenders for the Super Bowl.
Would you say for the AFC or just in general though? That because now you got to look at the teams that are coming out of the NFC alone. Like before, like last year, there was a consensus that the AFC is like the tough division, but now you're seeing like NFC South has 3 undefeated teams. I mean, I know the competition isn't stacked, but I mean 2-0 is still pretty freaking good. You got the Chiefs that lost to the Lions. You got New Orleans Saints defense. Derek Carr hasn't been performing the best. I'm a Raider fan, and I love Derek Carr. I'm a Derek Carr stan. I always stand by that, but he has been underperforming for them, and he hasn't really been doing much for them. But, it's just overall, I think that the competition is way more stacked against them.
Well, let's put it in perspective, right? If we're going NFC, we got so many opportunities for growth. We got the Eagles. The Eagles are going to dominate every year.
Mm-hmm.
You got the boys. I mean, there's a couple other teams out there. I mean, God forbid, but the Vikings. I like the Vikings this year.
Yeah.
The Vikings are solid.
Yeah, they're one of those teams where they shouldn't be 0-2, but the competition that they've, I mean, who did they lose to week 1? They lost. Hold up, let me pull up the game real fast.
Yeah.
Uh, week 1. Okay. Week 1 they lost to the Buccaneers. And now that was a surprising game, but at the same time I'm not surprised because fucking Baker Mayfield, I mean, we give him a lot of hate, but he plays all right football. Like he plays manageable football, you know. But
A big children.
you hear my
Yeah, you're gonna hate him there right now, but he's not mediocre.
yeah.
He's I would say, in all situations, maybe a top 10 quarterback at the end of the season.
Yeah.
He doesn't put you in a bad situation to lose games.
Who, Kirk Cousins or Baker?
Baker.
Baker, okay.
You know, he's so. I get it. Going to the Browns, he wasn't the best one.
Mm.
I'll be honest. He would put him in bad situations.
But he was the first QB to take him to the playoffs too.
Exactly. You know, a lot of hype was surrounding him. He was at a high pedestal. You know, the fan base kept him up here over almost all quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He went to the Bucks. The Bucks don't have much expectations for him, so he can actually release the ball, you know, do his own thing, and make a name for himself over the hype.
Yeah.
That's what I see. That's what I think. You know?
No, I agree. I agree to a certain extent. I don't think that Baker at this point. I mean, the talent pool. I mean, C.J. Stroud is looking good now, so he can move up. Like depending on how they play this year, the Houston Texans. I mean, they're not competing for anything this year. But I'm saying like, depending on what we see from, it's early in the season, but what we see from Stroud, that can elevate him too. There's so much talent around the NFL as far as QB positioning goes. You have Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff is playing efficient football. You have Geno Smith still playing efficient football, even though they lost week 1 against the Rams. I think it was. They lost to the Rams week. But you know, you also have. I completely forgot, but the Rams QB Matthew Stafford, he's back too, and he's picking up like he never left. You know what I mean? Like I personally thought I'm gonna keep it a buck. I personally thought that the Rams weren't gonna be the same. I thought that Matthew Stafford was gonna regress this year, and I was wrong. Like he looks good.
No, yeah, for sure. Give me a second. My daughter's coming out. She's crying.
No, you're completely fine. I have to go check on my daughter real fast. Give me a second. I'm gonna put on the. I'll be right back. Hold on. Don't hang up. We'll be right back. Just a quick commercial break. I have to go check on my daughter. Make sure she's okay. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, he's gone too. We're gonna be back after this short commercial break. We're just, getting some things in order with our babies because we're both parents. Responsibilities, guys. Are we back? I hold up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly now. Yeah, I had to turn off the fan because it was making a buzzing noise in the back, and I just posted the live stream on Facebook. So,
Right.
anybody that's joining us from Facebook, welcome, guys. This is my friend Alfredo. Most of you that I have on Facebook, you know him already. But for the people that are watching from YouTube, again, an introductory message for my friend right here. One of my best friends. I've known him for years, and we're just two people that love football passionately, and we just love talking about it. So, but yeah, back to football. That we just had a short intermission right there. Had to go check up on our babies, but yeah. So Zach Wilson definitely has a lot to prove. Baker Mayfield looks interesting. The Vikings are better than 0-2. They should not be. It could easily be a toss-up.
Absolutely.
What else? The Raiders look like trash. Their defense looks like trash, especially against the Bills. I mean, Lord, they were just carving us up, defensively speaking.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Bills always had a good solid defense, though.
Yeah, they beat our ass. That I was just I had to stop watching it after the interception where Jimmy Garoppolo threw the ball. It got patted up, and then somebody grabbed it, and yeah, that was painful to watch. Hopefully they figure it out. I'm definitely not happy with Josh McDaniels. That's first and foremost, and then a whole bunch of issues off the field with Chandler Jones. We don't know what's going on with him. Hopefully he gets the help that he needs, and hopefully they figure it out or trade him. And another thing that's infuriating for me as a Raiders fan is how little we're using Henry Renfrow. If we're not going to use him, we need to get some value out of him. I mean, come on, guys. Like, he's one of the best slot receivers in the league. Somebody will give us money or some picks for him, even if it's like a 6th-round pick.
Yeah.
Like, we can get some value and then offload the cap hit from his contract, a $13 million contract, and we can bring in a solid linebacker. Our linebackers are fucking dookie right now. Divine Diablo has looked like he's been stepping up, and but it's not enough. I'm not excited to watch football this season. Let's just keep it at that. As long as we shut out the Broncos again, I'll be fine. That's all I care about, to be honest.
Like I've always said, I'm always a humble Cowboy fan. I know how it is.
being disappointing year every year as a Cowboy fan.
Yep.
Starting with like back in the day when Tony Romo was there. Uh, Now with Dak Prescott playing a lot better, a lot cleaner. It's only week 2. Like I've always told everybody, it's beginning of the season. I like McCarthy. McCarthy's doing great at play calling. Dak, if he plays clean and no injuries are in the near future, I believe that the Cowboys will go to the playoffs.
Hmm.
That's how far I would say. I'm not going to say, yeah, we're going to win a Super
NFC.
Bowl. No, 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 no.
You don't think that
I
they
want
have?
to see them get past the first round,
Yep.
win a playoff game. That's it. If we can win one solid playoff game after another, take it week by week, and eventually get to the Super Bowl, I'll be happy.
Yep.
But we got to get over that hump where we got to win that first
And
game.
not only the first one, but the one after that, and then also the NFC. But
So yeah,
like
but
baby
it's
steps.
always been a curse
Yep.
for the first round.
Hmm. Yeah.
Or
No, I
is
agree.
it one round and done?
Yep. I completely agree with you. I'm not denying that. But there's a lot to be excited about, especially as a Cowboys fan. Again, my disdain for the Cowboys franchise is very well known. But like he said, he's one of the more humble Cowboys fan that I've ever met. He's always been more humble than most. Um, so it's not like one of those situations like he'll talk shit to me about the Raiders, but I'll talk shit to the Cowboys, and it's just like at that, and we both acknowledge that at times our teams are ass, but he has a lot to be
Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to ask you though, it's about Kellen Moore. Do you think that uh, Coach McCarthy taking control of that offense was something that was necessary, especially going into your third week, sorry, and seeing how that offense has been efficiency wise?
So the difference between Kellen Moore and McCarthy is that it's more of a balance issue.
Hmm.
McCarthy is more balanced. He does runs, passes, and all. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
More
You're
everything
fine.
between. But when it comes down to Kellen Moore was all about show. It was more of trickery, offsets,
Hmm.
making sure his star players get fed with the ball.
Hmm.
So that's more of Kellen Moore's. And you can see with the Chargers, if you watch
Yeah.
the Chargers, I mean, the way he play calls, it's working wonders sometimes, but it's going to be the downfall of Herbert because it's either going to be successful or it's going to be horrible. It's just depending on how they set up the receivers and the quarterback and how he reads the play.
Yeah.
That's always going to be.
Is it
Yeah, it
broken?
was a dog. The dog ran through the charger cord.
It'd be
That's
like
all right.
this.
That's all right.
No,
We'll
that's
live
good.
through this.
No, and I that's exactly why I was asking you too, because like you see how the Chargers offense has been recently and how they play. It seems like they're trying to pass the ball more downfield, and the balance, like you said, the balance issue is staggering, and especially considering the fact of how bad the Chargers offense is. Like they're trying to make they're trying. It looks like they're trying to have a shootout every damn week. Like, and it's confusing. It's even more confusing for the Chargers why their defense is so bad, considering all the pieces that they have. They have Joey Bosa, they have Khalil Mack, they have J.C. Jackson, they have Darwin James. Like, what, that defense should be one of the best in the leagues. It's an anomaly, in my opinion. And considering the fact that Staley is considered to be a defensive mastermind, what's going on there? Since he's been there, their defense has been worse since he's taken charge of the Chargers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like, especially like, did you see how he reacted when he was asked about the Chargers or the Jaguars game last year? And about if he feels like he's in the hot seat considering what happened in Jacksonville and how it's going now.
Oh yeah, no, he seemed more comfortable
last season when he was talking about the Jacksonville Jaguar game.
Mhm.
But it's always been this. I I'm gonna be honest. Before I was a Cowboys fan, I was a Chargers fan. I love the Chargers.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that. You still have the
my
jerseys?
team at home, you know.
Yep.
But when it comes down to it, it comes down to the Chargers. If they go to the playoffs and they lose the playoff,
Mhm.
they always next year's shit,
Mhm.
and it's always been that,
Yeah.
regardless of what head coach or what offensive play caller or anything in that situation. It's always been that way. It's always been get to the playoffs, lose the playoffs. The next season, they always start 0-3, 0-2. You
Mhm.
know, they always lose a couple games before they get their rhythm back.
Nope. Yep.
So it's more of them trying to find their rhythm, in my opinion, especially with Herbert and all the offensive key components that they have for the team.
Mhm.
I think they're just trying to find a rhythm with Kellen Moore as a play caller, like they were in Dallas. When
Yeah.
Kellen Moore was in Dallas, it was a hit or miss every week. You
Yeah.
never know what
It would
Kellen
still turn into a shootout. Yeah. Yeah.
Moore. Yeah, it could be we can blow out a team fucking 50-0, or it'll be
It
a
could be a
close ass
super.
game because of the
Yeah.
play calling.
Yeah.
Because Dak's trying to throw it 50 yards down the field, getting picked off, you know. And it's
And
not it's that misconception of oh it's all Dak's fault. No, it's not all Dak's fault. It's a play caller.
yeah, I agree. I agree, and you can really see it this year too. And I feel like also, I was listening to somebody else's show. I don't remember who, but they
Mm.
brought up a very good point about the fact that the way that McCarthy's playing with you can see, you can hear my daughter and my kids laughing in the back. But the way that McCarthy has been playing Dak has been so smart because it seems like he's giving him the call before they get into the huddle, and then like it gives him opportunity for Dak to read the play and then adjust the play how he sees fit. So it's not it's not a fact of where, you know, where it seems like Kellen Moore right now with the Chargers, where he's doing is like where they're in a third and long situation that they're just going to try and go for a deep pass instead of trying to play smart, efficient football. You know, he seems like it seems like every drive he has to go for broke, basically trying to make a big play. And I think that's the difference between like a coach that's been to the Super Bowl and like he knows how to he knows how to develop. And I think that this year you're gonna we bring up a lot. I always bring it up to you, and I know you still have some doubts on Dak, but I think that Dak, this is going to be one of his best seasons as far as efficiency wise and how he plays. He won't have to be Superman on the field, and it's going to be one of those things where like you don't need to win because of your quarterback, because of how smart the entire team is playing as a whole. And I think that's where the Chargers are lacking, because the Chargers don't have like that same ability to play like that. They, with how bad their defense has been playing, it just seems like they always have to try and be Superman. Like they always have to put Justin Herbert in a situation where he has to try and play that Superman role, and I don't know how long that's going to be able to be sustainable.
And it's not sustainable. If you look at the Cowboys last year, it was all Dak's fault.
Mm-hmm.
But they never went down to the bread and butter of who's the play caller.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are. Now they see, oh shit, Dak is doing a lot better this season than last
Mm-hmm.
season because of the play calling.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Everybody was blaming Dak, and even in the beginning of the season, like we were still blaming Dak. Everybody, even certain Cowboys fans, like they as much as Cowboys fans love their fan base, I'm in NFL shit talking groups, and you see Cowboys fans just saying like, "Oh, you know, Dak is a bum, this and that. We need to get a better QB, all this stuff." And I think that now that narrative is going to change, especially with the play calling that he's going to have from Coach McCarthy. He's going to be feeling way more comfortable. He's not going to be like something that it's not going to be like a statistical renaissance or anything, but it's going to be something where it's going to be like, okay, he's playing smart, efficient football, and they're going to start recognizing like he's never been out of the top 10. Like, everybody still considered him a top 10 quarterback. But it's like, well, I mean, last year, besides the interceptions where they dropped his ranking, obviously, but, a lot of that, obviously, when we're seeing that now, a lot of that does fall onto play calling. Yeah, that's one of the biggest issues that I have with the Raiders as a whole. Their play calling is very strange to me at times. Like, at certain points, I like how they're playing defense, but then they just completely fall on their ass, and it's just infuriating as a whole. And that's why I'm excited for you Cowboys fans. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm not gonna try and jinx you guys by saying you guys are gonna be Super Bowl favorites, but you guys have a lot to look forward to, and you guys got another good game this week to test yourself. Arizona hasn't looked as bad as we thought they were going to look. I'll keep it a buck. They were leading the Giants until Daniel Jones turned into Tom Brady, and just went on a tear to come back. You know what I mean? I think that it's going to be another win for the Cowboys, and I think after that you guys have San Francisco, right? I'm not sure. Let me check.
Week 4 is San Fran.
Week 4 in San Fran?
Yeah, I believe so. It's either 4 or 5, if I recall correctly. It's in the beginning of October. I know that. It's the first game in October.
Okay, so you got the Cardinals, Patriots, and then the 49ers.
We're going to go face Zeke at the Pats, huh?
Yep. Sorry. But yeah, no. And then also not Zeke, but Dak is going to get tested with the Patriots defense, because their defense doesn't look bad. Their defense looks pretty good. And then also Mac Jones, he doesn't look bad. He hasn't been playing the best, but he's playing efficient football. You can't hate on it. Solid mid-range QB, doing what he needs to do. Unfortunately, it's not enough for them. But, I think that the real test is going to be obviously when they face the 49ers and how that turns out. That's going to be everybody's going to be tuning into that game. That is going to be the one that everybody... Because here's the deal. The Eagles don't look as dominant as they did last year. The Eagles are going to be dominant, don't get me wrong, but they're not playing as dominant as they have been. I mean, almost losing or letting the Patriots come back against you, and almost like losing that lead that they had completely. And then also week 1 where they played who did they play week 1? No, the Vikings. I forgot.
Oh, that's right.
They played the Vikings week 1. And that was another close game too. I mean, Kirk Cousins is I'm going on a tangent, but as far as the Eagles and Vikings game, Kirk Cousins looked really great in that game. Like, even though they lost, he put up really good numbers that game. I think it was over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, for that game. And so,
yeah,
and then you have the Patriots scoring. It was a 20-25 game against the Patriots. 20-25 against the Patriots, and it was 28-34 against the Vikings. So they're both close games. It wasn't like they dominated, and obviously the Cowboys have had an easier schedule, but they still dominated their games. You know what I mean? They still, it was over 70 points in 2 weeks. I think it was in total points that they've scored in 2 weeks. So I think that
Eagles?
No, the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, we beat
40, and then it was 33.
And 30. Well, we outscored 70-10 in the past 2 games.
Yeah, and I don't think that's been done before. I think it was a long ass time ago that the last time something like that happened. So, I mean,
I think it was the 1980s where the offense, defense,
and special teams all made a touchdown in one.
Yeah, and I think it was the Vikings, and then they ended up. And if we go back to history, I think I remember that they said that they went to the first round and got knocked out. But just gotta keep it real. Gotta bring the facts. But
Yeah, that's how it is. You gotta get that. You gotta get past the first round.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's a lot of hope to be had. A lot of great football. Um, you know, but you guys have a lot to be a lot going for you as far as scheduling goes. You guys got a good schedule ahead of you. Um, Now I wanted to start talking about something that I didn't want to bring up until right now. Is Monday night cursed? The past 3 Monday night games have ended with Nick Chubb's super bad injury to the same leg he damaged in college.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers snapping his Achilles, and you remember the last one, DeMar Hamlin dying on the field. Is Monday Night Football cursed?
I would say not quite cursed. It's just bad circumstances, you know?
Yeah. A lot of bad stuff happening on that day. You know, Monday. Nobody likes Mondays, and now you see why.
Yeah.
That was tough. Did you see the replay? Did you see the replays of when the stadium saw the replay? Like how they gasped. Like anybody that I'm not saying to go watch the Chubbs injury, and prayers up to Chubbs.
No. Discretion is advised.
Yeah, viewer discretion is advised. It was bad. It was bad. Like if you've been living under a rock, then you haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure majority of you guys have already seen that, and it was, oh my god, it hurt me watching that play. It was not pretty.
It was not. It sucked. I'm a big Chubbs fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fantasy football.
Yep.
I always draft him 3 years in a row.
Yep.
You know, I was rooting for him this year. You know, but that really does, unfortunately, suck.
And then on top of that being that he possibly might not ever play football again, and if he does, he might not be at the same level that he was.
Honestly, after that injury, if that would happen to me, I would not come back.
No.
I will try my best to come back, but if I cannot sustain the peak performance that I was performing at,
Mm-hmm.
I'll call it retire. You
Yeah.
know, I'll retire there, just because the fact that you know it does happen, and you know where your body can't take it no more. You're already in a certain age for your position in the NFL. You're already considered old at the age.
Yeah.
And that injury just caused him, most likely, his career.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't his fault.
No, it was just
what happened at that moment.
Yeah, and for all the fans that are going to Najee Harris and like saying that he's a dirty player, that was a clean play. He did not try to do that on purpose. That was like I've seen so many dumbass people like posting videos saying Najee Harris is the dirtiest player in the NFL. He needs to be kicked off. It's ridiculous to me. Like he was doing a play the way that Nick Chubbs runs the ball. It was gonna happen, and unfortunately, you don't want to see it, but it happened. It's not his fault, and everybody that's sending hate towards that player, you guys are bums. You guys are really bums. It's one of those things where it sucks to happen, and you feel for the guy, and I know a lot of people are emotional, especially considering how many people invest in their fantasy teams and like they pay so much money and they feel a certain type of way. But to go after that man like that and to just react the way that they did was just terrible, you know. I'm sure that if Nick Chubbs could say anything, he'd say the same thing. It's like, it's a football play. It happens. Can't be mad at the guy. It's just football, you know. Unfortunately, that's part of the game.
Yeah, and I will say this for all the fans out there that are watching: football isn't the same as the football before. If you watch 2010 and 2011, 12,
Mm-hmm.
those hits are not nothing like the hits they are now.
Mm-hmm.
You get glimpses of big wow plays, but if you're watching it back then with Ray Lewis
Oh yeah.
and all the big names, I mean, they're knocking heads, they're going for your throat, dude. They're trying to like take you out every play.
They took
You
that out of
know,
the game. They took that out of the game. I mean, like like it's just too many injuries, and you want to protect these guys as much as possible. But I mean, at a certain point, like for that particular type of play, that type of injury, there's nothing you can really do besides taking away tackling, and nobody wants that. We have to just realize this is something that happens in the game.
oh yeah, no, it's a contact sport. It's gonna happen. You know,
Yep.
unfortunately, people go for the knees. Unfortunately, people go for the top. You know, for the head, which is illegal now.
Yep.
You know, it's just depending on the situation and how the person is running and the other defensive player is running to them. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to a offensive lineman. It can happen to a defensive lineman. It can happen to a running back, wide receiver, quarterback. It happened to Dak.
Yep. Oh
You
yeah.
know, Dak was running, guy rolled over his ankle, snapped his ankle. I mean, but damn, you know, it happens regardless of what position you play and how fast you're going.
It's just something that's going to happen. Unfortunately, it happened on Monday Night Football, um, on prime time. So the entire world saw that. That's not, it wasn't like one of those games where it was a flex game, and you know, it it was nationally televised. Unfortunately, and it's just gonna happen. We can't take that out of the game. It's something that we're gonna have to deal with. So, but um,
All right, and a better beat. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. Team by team matchups and see who do you got
the week, yes
for the
sir.
dub?
Here,
Who's
let
winning?
me.
Who's losing?
I'm gonna pull up the
Let's
games
go
right
that way.
now. So first off, starting off for Thursday night football, we got the New York Giants versus the San Francisco 49ers. Who you got there?
I hate this team with a passion, but I go Niners. No brainer. Niners. Unless
Fuck the
some miracle
Niners.
happens, Giants come back and win, whatever. If Brock Purdy isn't up into the game, Ayuk doesn't play, Debo gets hurt, and all these other players don't play, the Giants will win. But I got the
Basically a
49ers.
miracle.
Yeah,
basically,
no.
basically they all die in a fucking helicopter crash.
God forbid, though. God forbid that
No,
happens. But
God forbid,
yes,
we don't want that. No.
no, we don't condone none of that. But
No.
yeah, no, absolutely. If anything horrendous happens to that team, yes, I got the 49ers.
They probably wouldn't even play. That game would be scrapped if anything like that happened.
Oh no, absolutely.
But but yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you right there. That's an easy pick. That's the 49ers all day. I mean, I hate them too. That's the battle of the Bays. They've dominated. I'm going to be the first to admit it. You know, they've fucking made us look like chumps. Last year it was close with Stidham, but we still lost. So I have no bragging rights against them besides preseason, and I'm not gonna fucking brag about that now. We're in regular season, you know what I mean? Like I can't. There's nothing I could really brag about. The only thing I can brag about is the win against the fucking Cowboys 2 years ago in fucking Thanksgiving, but they beat us in preseason.
2 years.
Fucking Christ. But yeah, give me the 49ers for that matchup.
Oh,
Unless
absolutely.
something happens to Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle.
Hey, but Ayuk is a game decision choice though.
Yeah. Oh, he's questionable?
Yeah, he's questionable.
I did not know that. But they still have
Yeah.
Debo Samuels, and then also
Yeah.
George Kittle for the past 2 weeks. They've hardly utilized him. He's only had 3 targets.
Cool.
He's only had 6 receptions in the past 2 games.
I wonder what's going on there. I have him.
Yeah, I have him on my fantasy. That's how I know the fucking stats of how much he has. Because he's
I
been
love
fucking letting me down.
Kittle, but I want to know what's going on. I know they're trying to evenly play out the ball. I
Yeah.
see them pass to their wide receivers. You know,
They're just so
And-
efficient. They don't need to. I think, like in that situation, they're just so overall. They have Debo Samuels, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. I'm sure they have another fucking wide receiver hidden behind there too. That's gonna fucking be another fucking Pro Bowler. Like they're just so fucking
Oh,
stacked.
absolutely.
Give me a second.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. That team is gonna destroy.
What was that?
That's the only team that I would say that I am personally scared to watch the game for.
Yeah.
Cowboys versus 49ers. Like I said, I don't care who wins because my uncle's a big diehard 49er fan. So it's gonna be a rival between me and him.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be awesome to watch.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna come down to who makes the most mistakes in that game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Whoever does the most mistakes, because it comes down to both offenses are absolutely dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Both defenses are absolutely dominant. It's going to come down to what stopping play is going to happen and what defense is going to, outperform the offense.
I agree 100%. Yep, that's gonna be a great matchup, and we're gonna keep a lookout on that one when that one comes up. We're gonna definitely talk about that in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
All right, for the morning games on Sunday morning on September 24th, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are another team that's been pretty dominant so far. I mean, they've gone 2-0 so far, I believe, right? They're 2-0? I don't think I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
they're 2-0.
Yeah. And Lamar Jackson's looking dominant. He's passing the football now, put those rumors to bed that he's a runner now. He's playing QB. He's a QB. But he's playing efficient. Give me the Baltimore Ravens, especially if Anthony Richardson isn't playing.
Give me the Colts, baby.
You're going for the Colts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Colts.
What do you see about the Colts that's going to get them that win?
I see Anthony Richardson. I mean,
He's dominant running that ball.
He's a solid player, dude.
Yeah. He looks good.
Regardless of what a lot of people are saying about him, like he's not going to be good in the NFL. He's not a good quarterback. I've seen all these like bad talk about him, but honestly, Richardson is going to be by far
one of the best rookies. Yeah, he's probably going to be one of the best. He's going to be the best quarterback out of all of them. Just like on natural abilities, that motherfucker. Like, I mean, obviously it's warranted why there's doubt around him. He only played 12 games in college.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he looks just so good, man. Like when he runs, he just the way that he runs out of the pocket too. Like he reminds me of Cam Newton, a tall, strong-bodied quarterback that's not afraid in the pocket. He will take the hit. You see how he dropped his shoulder for that tackle? Like he's like, nah, boom. He fucking late. He puts the hit stick on.
And that's why I got the Colts. I love Anthony Richardson. I love Pittman, bro.
Yep.
If they figure out the situation there and they get in sync, what their defense is above mediocre, dude, it's gonna be a solid game.
Is Richardson questionable for this game or no?
Yeah, he is questionable. That's what I'm saying. If he plays, I'm still taking the Colts.
You're still picking the Colts? Well,
yeah,
Gardner Minshew, you think that Minshew Mania is going to come back even for a week?
Maybe for 1 or 2 weeks, depending on if Richardson gets hurt. But we'll see. We'll see if the show comes back.
Yeah. So, update on Anthony Richardson. He did not participate in practice today. He's still in concussion protocol for that hit.
It's gonna happen. I mean,
yeah, he's gonna be out for at least this week, probably. I'm guessing. Like, if it's anything like Jacoby Myers too, like that's another thing too. The Raiders need Jacoby Myers back too. He fits in that system. He knows that system. He knows Josh McDaniels. So we need Jacoby Myers back. Anyway, back to the matchups for the week. So you got the Colts, I got the Ravens. Gonna be interesting who gets that game. And
It
then
is.
we got the Tennessee's defense versus the Cleveland Browns. Um, Give me
What
Tennessee's
you got?
defense
You
stopping.
got see?
Yeah, I got Tennessee. I'm picking Tennessee for that one. Their defense is still pretty good, and Derrick Henry's still a stud. Tannehill can still manage a football game, and I am still not sold on Watson, to be completely honest with you.
Nah, Watson's performance this last week was not up to par where his standards are at.
And especially like with how much he's getting paid too.
Oh
Like
yeah, he's getting overpaid.
he's it's mind boggling. Like, but yeah, no, give me the
Give me the
give me.
Titans.
Yep, we're both picking
Yeah,
Titans on that one then, locking it in.
yeah, both.
And now, Atlanta Falcons versus the Detroit Lions, the team that beat the Chiefs this year. And keep in mind, Atlanta is still undefeated.
B. John Robinson, baby. Give
Bijan
me
is a
the
stud.
Atlanta Falcons.
You got Atlanta Falcons?
I got the Falcons.
I think that. Damn.
It's a hard pick.
I'm picking Detroit. I'm picking Detroit.
Pick in Detroit.
Yeah, I'm picking Detroit. I'm going.
Hey,
I
I'll
have
be
to.
honest. They got lucky with the Chiefs. The Chiefs never started off hot. Let me tell you.
What do you mean? Last year they started off 4-1.
4-1.
This is the first time in his entire career that he lost week 1. And also,
but he's always sloppy in week 1.
fair enough.
Yeah,
but he still wins the game.
It comes down to a complete team effort, and that team is always not up to their standards until week 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
So once they get in the groove, then that's what they are. But
I'm
I
trying
think
to.
the Detroit Lions had a lot to stake in that game.
Mhm.
I think that's why the Lions won. Because it was a good ass game. Let me tell you, that Lions and Chiefs game, that was a very good game.
Yeah, the Lions versus Chiefs.
Yeah. Week 1, that thing was crazy.
Yeah,
I
week
love
1 was
watching.
crazy. I love that game. Like, that was such a fun game. Like, I was cheering as a Raiders fan, and I know everybody else in the AFC West. We were all cheering for the Detroit Lions. We were all Detroit Lions fans that night.
I think that was the biggest upset
Oh
of
yeah.
week 1.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Hands down.
That was the most surprising one. And then the biggest upset was Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles tendon. That was the biggest upset. That's what got everybody upset, especially in fantasy.
That was the injury of the year that no one wanted to see happen.
Injury of the year. We just got Nick Chubb's fucking destroying his knee. It was for week 1. It was the injury. I'm more scared to see what type of injuries we're going to see this year, to be completely honest.
Oh no, yeah, no.
I'm terrified.
They gotta get hurt.
Yeah.
The turf is gonna destroy a lot of people's careers.
Yeah, I agree. So you got the Falcons, and I got the Lions on that one. Next one is the Green Bay Packers versus the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game.
I think that Jordan Love is gonna struggle against that offense or that defense. The New Orleans Saints defense is for real. I put my money on New Orleans being able to stop Jordan Love. I think that it depends on if Christian Watson is able to play, I think.
Okay.
I think that Christian Watson is really a big help. But we're gonna see. Oh, wait. I was just trying to look up to see if there was an injury update for Christian Watson right now. Hold up.
It's gonna be a good game. Saints.
Saints versus Green Bay is going to be a good game, and I don't think that the Green Bay Packers are going to be as bad as people thought. Too, I think that Jordan Love might figure it out, and especially having 2 years or how long was it? Was it like it wasn't his entire rookie contract, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was still a rookie contract. He just got out of. He's still undercooked.
I think it's his last year of his rookie contract.
Yeah.
So
last year.
I don't know. Like you had 3 years to develop under Aaron Rodgers. So
yeah.
if he steps
Well,
up,
you know what? Give me that love attack.
you
I'll
want
take
Jordan?
Green
You
Bay
want
Packers.
you want to go against me again? All right, Jordan. You're
Yeah.
gonna go with Jordan Love in the Green Bay Packers. I like
Yeah.
it. I like that pick. All right,
Give me
I'm gonna
Green
go
Bay.
Saints still, but I like that pick. I'm not mad at it. It could go either way, depending on if Derek Carr shits the bed. You know,
Like he always does.
he certainly does. I mean, he wasn't playing that well. He was not playing that well. That defense is what held them in there against. That was not a pretty game against the team.
It's gonna make that team.
Oh yeah, but I think that's
team
one.
is just strictly defense.
But that's one thing that us as me as a Raiders fan, we've always said is that he's never had a good defense. Well, now he has a good defense. We're gonna see what he does with that defense. There's not gonna be any excuse for us, Derek Carr stands. I hope he does good, but I'm very interested. Yeah, well, hopefully not against my team, but I hope they do good. All right, then we got the Houston Texans versus Jaguars. I got Jags. I got Jags on that. You're gonna go You're gonna go Titans. You're gonna say that they're gonna get their first wins against the Jags.
Oh man, it's either gonna be a ass whooping
Or a very close game.
It's gonna be a close game or an ass whooping. It's gonna be either or. It can go both ways.
CJ Stroud looks good. He looks good.
Give me Houston.
Huh?
Give me Houston.
You got Houston? All
Yeah.
right. I ain't mad with that. I want CJ Stroud to do good. I wanted him to be drafted by the Raiders. I was hoping.
I want the Houston Texans to finally be a good team.
Mm-hmm. They've already suffered enough with Sean.
Oh no, yeah, it's an upset to be. It was first the Jets. Now the Jets are trying to do good. Now they lost Aaron Rodgers, and it's always the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are always an absolutely horrendous team.
Yep.
They're always battling for first pick.
Yep. They were still in it until like the very end last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, I'm still gonna stick with the Jags on this one. I think that the Jags will take care of business. I don't think they're gonna go to 1-2.
Hey,
I hope
honestly,
not. I hope not because
if
of
Lawrence and Ridley can get their combination back and the way they were doing it, bro.
And it's also
it's going to be a one-sided ball game or it's going to be a close game.
I think it's going to be a close game because of the fact that they are division rivals. They play in the same division. So I think it won't be like a shootout. So it might go either or. I'm not mad at the pick. I'm going to still pick against you and go with the Jags. I like the matchup, though. It's a good matchup overall. It gives CJ Stroud a chance to really, ball out, see what he can do against different types of opponents. Absolutely. And how he might pan out. After that, we got what I consider is going to be the massacre of the week. Besides, I think Miami versus the Broncos is going to be a massacre because that defense was expected to be good. They were expected to be good. And they have
laid had a very, very high expectations for their defense this year.
And they've not performed.
No, they haven't been up to par. But I'm not going for the Broncos, but because I absolutely hate the Broncos. Because Russell Wilson is not the same Russell Wilson as before.
No. He looked better this week.
He did.
He's looking better, but he's still not the answer. He's past his prime.
But I would say because their offense is okay, their defense is getting there. It's developing week by week. But
yeah,
I think they're gonna develop too late.
They're not going to compete this year.
I don't like the Broncos.
And I definitely like what Miami is doing offensively. They're playing smart football. That's another situation where you see, like, Mike McDaniels is one of those chill coaches. Come on.
Oh, no, yeah. You got You got
my
Hill.
my
Hill
daughter
going
wants to
off.
say hi.
Oh, hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Oh yeah. I don't want to show the face too much because you know the internet.
No, I got you. No.
But
You're good.
Who is a mom?
yeah, baby. She's mad. All right. Bye, baby.
Bye.
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 Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Dada.
She's so adorable. But yeah, and like I was saying about Mike McDaniels, baby, go watch TV. Like I was saying about Mike McDaniels, he is the complete opposite of Josh McDaniels, and he looks like a completely competent coach.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that I don't know who's a coaching branch that they came from, but Sean McVay, Coach Shanahan, and Mike McDaniels all came from the same coaching tree. I forgot who it is. I know I'm gonna get roasted for this, but I know it was when they were with the Colt or with Washington.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste too much time looking into it, but yeah, all those coaches look really good. They all look very competent. Like we still do not doubt Sean McVay, even with how bad their season went last year. You do not see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, he's a bad coach." Like, oh, like it's mainly about how they went about winning their Super Bowl and going all in and basically trading their future to win that Super Bowl because they knew they were close. But it worked out for them, and they still have Matthew Stafford, who's still playing at a good level.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah.
And then you have Mike McDaniels, who this is about. But you know, Mike McDaniels, he's 8-8 in his first season as an NFL coach, or 9-8 was it? It was 9-8, I believe. But you know, you have him go 9-8 the first season. Or maybe it was 7-8. I don't remember, or 7 or 9. I'm gonna get roasted for not knowing these stats, but it's hard. There's so many damn stat lines. Like it's hard to keep track of all of them.
Oh no, yeah, no.
It's overwhelming. So, but like they definitely still look competent. Tua is answering all the questions if he has a deep ball and is he resilient. He looks confident in there. He doesn't seem worried about getting hit. He just, he's doing what he needs to do. And they don't play stupid football. That's the main thing. They're playing smart football.
But I did notice that when Tua likes to throw, he throws it up, expecting the Hill to be there.
Yeah.
And Hill breaks out, does his little moves, and he gets the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's making Tua look good. Is that he has good receivers to run behind.
Yeah.
The whole situation of Tua either overthrowing or underthrowing players, and it's always been that way for Tua. But now that he has a good receiver on his side and actually wants to play
Tyreek Hill,
absolutely.
Waddle, they have some studs there, and Raheem Mostert. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Raheem Mostert, but Mostert. Anyway, but they're dogs out there. They play offense amazing. Defensively, week 1 they left a lot to be desired. A super close game against the Chargers. It was a shootout to the end. But week 2 against the Patriots, they stepped. Or was it the Patriots? No, I'm calling that completely off.
I don't think it was the Pats.
It was the Pats. I was right.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, 24-17. They played better defense, held them to only 17 points. Mac Jones looked good still, But I mean, the defense played better than they did week one, allowing less points, less yards, better run defense. I like what Miami's doing. They look good. I'm not gonna give them everything and say like, oh, they're the best team in the NFL. A lot of people are saying that they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. Let's pump the brakes. Let's give them a chance. Let's see how the season plays out. They still got the Bills to face, and then you still got the Jets defense. So we'll see how that offense does against the Jets defense, which is one of the best, probably top 3 or 4.
I mean, look at the Cowboys, what they did with that defense.
Fair enough, but I mean, how many touchdowns did Dak Prescott have?
Not many.
1.
Exactly, not many.
So I mean, they held him to a lot of field goals. I know. I think there was like 3 field goals.
3. Yeah.
And the rest of it was like a pick 6, I believe, too, and then also. Like, they got a lot of help from the defense. That defense was a lot of help there. So it's no hate towards the Cowboys. I'm just saying that like the Cowboys offense didn't have to play balls deep or like crazy off the wall because they already had the help from their defense shutting down Zach Wilson. So, it's the jury's still out for the Jets. I'll give you that. The jury's still out for the Jets defense. We'll see how they do next week.
So we both got Dolphins?
Jets play the Patriots this week.
I Pats.
You have Pats for that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Patriots are going to win their first game of the season.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a high-scoring game.
No.
I think it's
going to be super low.
I'm actually going to give a prediction on score on this one. Give me 17-13 Patriots. Somebody's going to miss an extra. I think they're going to miss the extra point, or they're just going to go for field goals.
I believe it's going to be 24-21.
24-21. Wow. Okay, so you're giving Zach Wilson more hope. You think that he's going to do better.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that the Patriots have a decent defense,
Mm-hmm.
not a superb defense like which the Jets are facing so far. Hi, mommy.
Hmm.
But I think he's gonna actually settle in when it comes down to the game. I think he's gonna put up 21 points.
Hi.
Hi.
Dude, it's so crazy how big your daughter is. I remember, like, she was. How old is she now?
2.
Yeah, I remember when she was
2.
still in in her mom's belly.
Yeah.
I was telling my girlfriend about her. My girlfriend is still surprised right now. She's like, "How old is she now?" And I'm like, "She's like 2. I don't know." Time flies, man, and it's great to have you on. It's great to have you on. But yeah,
Hey, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
hopefully we can make this a common reoccurrence, and hopefully you can get a laptop so we can do better streams. Or headset.
Yeah.
Get a headset with the mic so that way I can hear you better. Because your mic is kind of low, so what I did, I turned down my volume so that way it's kind of more equalized between the two of us.
No, yeah, I'm working on getting some equipment out pretty soon. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Hey, this is
a lot better. We can be doing this a lot easier.
Yes, sir. Hey, we're doing this on a budget, man. We're working with what we got, and we're just trying to put out what we like, and then when we invest more money, it'll get better. But as long as you guys enjoy what we're doing, that's all that we care about. What's up, baby?
Hi, Daddy.
She wants to be the star. Look at her. All right, go, Chibi. So, but yeah, give me the Patriots to get their first dub this week. I think that. So you said 24-25?
24-21.
24-21? All right.
Yeah.
So win by a field goal. Nice. I like it. I'm not mad at the score. So I got 17-13 for that one. You got 24-21.
That's a pretty good score too.
Yeah, I think that they're going to be held to field goals. 1 touchdown and 2 field goals.
I see that. I see that.
And so New York, Los Angeles Chargers versus Minnesota Vikings. 2-0-2 teams that are
Give me the Vi-
That's
Give me
good.
the Vikes.
You got the Vikes.
I got the Vikes.
Woo! Interesting.
I don't think that Herbert and Kellen Moore have got that connection yet to a good play calling yet.
Yeah, where it's just
I think
like
it's going to be
cohesive.
until week 6, week 7, where Herbert and Kellen Moore are actually going to start balling out. That's what
agree.
I think.
I agree.
But I think the Vikes are going to take it.
Hey, I'm not mad at that score, at that prediction. Yeah, I think that the Chargers are going to charger.
They're gonna de-electrocate,
Oh yeah, But I'm also say that it's partly biased because I'm a Raiders fan. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. And another thing I want to add, I know that a lot of YouTubers do this for betting odds and stuff. We're just giving our predictions. We do not recommend this as betting advice to anybody.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Don't expect to get good betting advice from us. This is just our predictions. Give me a second.
These are two boneheaded people doing our random predictions.
Yes, sir. Give me a second real fast.
Yes, sir. The Chargers will not get that much of a good player. I don't think Kellen Moore has in him, honestly. Kellen Moore will not be the play caller that Herbert needs this season.
Nope.
I don't think that. I absolutely still think that Kellen Moore has another year to actually settle into that offense. That offense is totally different than the Cowboys' offense that he was running before.
Oh yeah. But at the same time, they have similar type of weapons. You have a big, strong wide receiver in Keelan Allen. You have a good back in who's Austin Eckler, who's has an injury. I think that the Chargers are gonna keep it close, but I think that Kirk Cousins is gonna go Kirko. He's gonna go full Kirko, bring out the gold chains and ball out, get that dub. Give me the Vikings to get their first dub. But
I got the Vikes.
Yeah, we agree on that one. That one's Vikings all day. A little bit of clearance too. I might be picking certain teams over my division rivals. Obviously, I'm not. Those might be a little bit biased. That's why I also say don't take anything that I say for betting advice.
Let me tell you something, Michael. Let's be honest to the fans. Let's be honest to the people that are watching this. Regardless if we're biased or not, let's give our best opinions about these teams.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that.
They can feel the rawness of what we're talking about. So
you're right.
They can come back and see that we're not just like, oh, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Don't be those. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Don't be an annoying fan that's just biased. I get you. You're right. This is why I like this guy. He keeps it a buck. But all right, so we got Minnesota versus Chargers. Give me Minnesota.
Yeah, give me Minnesota.
Washington versus the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh,
undefeated Washington team. Eric Bieniemy turning that offense around, looking good.
Oh, dude, they look great this year.
They look efficient. He's shutting up all the hate. He is making it known. Hey, look how the Chiefs' offense is looking compared to how Washington is looking. Look how we're playing against them, like compared to them.
But let me put it this way: if Washington can shut out the Buffalo Bills' offense, that's going to be a great sign for the Washington.
Yeah, because defensively speaking, they're no scrubs either. And, I mean, I wrote them off before the season started. I thought, Washington's going to Washington, one of those situations. But they're looking good. They're not one of the best teams, but they're looking good. They might make a little bit of splash. They might make it as a wild card team. They might sneak in there, do what needs to get done. I got a lot of faith in them.
And okay, I'm used to calling the Washington Commanders the Washington Redskins. I'm gonna continue calling them the Redskins.
Hey, we grew up on that.
Yeah, that's what I grew up on. So
Yeah.
I would pick Redskins over Buffalo.
Yep.
Upset of the week.
Ooh. Now, do you
Upset
think
of the
it's going to be a blowout, or do you think it's going to be a close
No.
game where Josh Allen throws it away again, like week 1?
I believe Josh Allen's going to throw 3 interceptions. One's going to be a crucial interception.
Ooh. 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, if you're hearing this, which I doubt, you better watch out. You got a strong prediction against you.
I think
No. Go, baby. Go watch TV.
because Josh Allen is a quarterback that either balls out or he balls out to the point where it's Brett Favre. He's like right there, 3-3, 4-4.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if it's not this game, it's gonna be the next game where he Brett Favre's.
Yeah.
But I think the Commanders, the Redskins, are gonna come out victorious.
All right.
By 7
I like it.
points.
The upset of the week. Give me Buffalo. I don't think that Josh Allen. I think that Josh Allen is.
The next podcast, we're gonna be on this shit. I'm gonna tell you.
You're gonna rub it in my
How
face?
about the Redskins.
Hey,
All right.
I hope so. I want to be proven wrong. I like Josh Allen, but like I said in week 1, and I got people mad. Like I posted a short clip of it. I think that Josh Allen might be a little bit overrated, and he gets let off the hook because of the type of defenses that they've had. They've had good defenses, and he makes some Superman throws, like some like.
Oh, absolutely.
His raw talent.
Hey, honestly, if Dak Prescott or Herbert or any of the quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins had Stephon Diggs, bro, you're gonna look good. Diggs makes everyone look good.
I agree.
If we're gonna put it that way, CeeDee Lamb makes Dak Prescott look good. You got freaking
Tony Pollard,
Tyreek Hill making freaking Tua look good. I mean,
it's the weapons that you, because at the end of the day, I mean, look at what like a quarterback could be so good, because even then, look at how Patrick Mahomes was week 1. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
He was throwing the balls. He was doing what he needed to do. But if you don't have good receivers too, it's a mix of it. It's a mix. It's a mix.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna bet against Josh, especially a week after they whooped my ass. I just don't. I bet against them last week and it bit me in the ass. So they shit on my Raiders. So I'm not betting against them.
All right, hey, it is what it is, man.
I hope that you're right though. I hope you're right because I want Washington to be good.
Hey, all I'm saying, if Josh Allen throws 3 picks, I'm calling your ass.
Hey.
I'm giving you a phone call. Ring. Hey,
we'll hop on the live stream. If the moment that Josh Allen throws his 3rd interception, I'm calling in for a live stream and we're gonna be talking about it. You best believe that. All right.
Oh, definitely.
So now we're going into the afternoon games. For the first afternoon game, it's going to be Carolina versus the Seahawks. Seattle versus the Carolina Panthers. I thought that Bryce Young was playing good until I read
Bryce. I do like Bryce Young.
I read a stat that he was throwing.
Geno?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Geno's been playing efficient. He's still playing efficient.
Performance.
Yeah.
No, both teams are going to be. I think that game, it's either going to be a super slow game, which is going to be a low-scoring game, or it's going to be a balls-to-the-wall type of game. It's going to be a high-scoring game, depending on which defense and which offense decides to either not show up or show up.
Yeah.
If both defense are shit that game, it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a shootout. Sorry. It's going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
But if one of the defense comes along and actually tries to play better than the other defense, hey, guess what? It's gonna be a lopsided game.
Carolina's defense isn't that bad either. Carolina's
Hey, we
defense
do.
is looking pretty good. Gino's been playing efficient. Uh, you know, it's there. I was gonna tell you though. I read a stat. Bryce Young is averaging 4 yards per attempt.
Okay.
That is abysmal. That is terrible.
Like everyone got to start somehow.
Exact. See, Bryce Young is not looking like.
Bryce Young's still a young quarterback, though. You know, he's still
he still has time to develop. I'm not hating on the kid.
Absolutely.
He still has. No. He looks good though. I personally, from the eye test though, I'm just saying from the statistic wise, that is not good statistically. From the eye test though, he looked pretty damn good. I liked how he played. I'm not even gonna lie. He looked like he was playing better than the stats would suggest. In my opinion,
is the game home at Seattle?
It's at Seattle, so they're gonna go to.
No, the 12 man is gonna overwhelm them. I got Seattle.
You don't think that he's gonna be able to handle that noise?
That's too much noise, too much pressure.
All right,
especially at Seattle. I got home field. I got Seattle.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Seattle too. So we both agree that Seattle's gonna win that game, but I do agree it might be a shootout unless Bryce Young, he gets caught under the bright lights. We'll see how he does.
I think the noise is gonna get to him. I think it's gonna be either maybe plus 15.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a 15-point
deficit. Plus 15 point. Like you think it's gonna be a differential of 15 points?
Yeah.
Oof. So you don't think it's gonna be close at all?
No. If it was at his stadium at home, with Bryce Young at home, I think it would have been a closer game. But I think the 12 man is going to disorient him. I think the atmosphere is going to be different for him. I think he's not going to produce the way he's going to want to come out.
Yeah.
I think Seattle's going to take that one.
I'm not mad at it. Just to read some stats from the last game, the Carolina Panthers sacked Derek Carr 4 times, caused them to cause the New Orleans Saints to punt it 5 times, but they had 6 penalties in total. The Carolina Panthers did, so not a lot. It was a lot of penalties, but not a lot of yards. They only had 3 more yards than the New Orleans Saints total yards and penalties, and the Saints had only 3 penalties. So, I mean, their defense isn't that bad. I mean, they held the Saints to only 20 points, and they scored 17 points on that defense. So, I mean, it wasn't a shutout per se. So, I mean, they might have a chance. Oh, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going with you with the Saints. I agree. No, not the Saints. What am I talking about? God, I was just looking at it. Give me the Seahawks. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And now this is a game that you're going to love to watch. The Cardinals versus Cowboys. What do you think, honestly? Your thoughts?
I'll put it in perspective. If the Arizona Cardinals come out to play that game, defensively, it's going to be a close game. I believe so. If Arizona actually stops the run game, because we're running more than actually passing, if they can stop the run game and hold CeeDee Lamb to a minimum, and they don't do stupid plays on offense, I think it's going to be a very close game.
Mm-hmm.
But if the Arizona Cardinals do not come out to play, it's going to be a blowout.
I'm going to say this. I think the Cardinals are one of those teams that are kind of surprising. Defensively, they left a lot to be desired in the second half. They left way too much to be desired. I think that the the Cowboys' offense is too effective. The thing is, even if they stop the run game, you still have plenty of options to throw to. Your young tight end is looking good. Michael Gallup is still an option. CeeDee Lamb, you have plenty of people to pick from. I think that defensively speaking, Arizona has no chance. Like, their defense has no chance against your offense. I don't see any weapons that could really stop how well you guys are playing offensively. Now, the question is, how well can this Arizona Cardinals offense play? This Arizona Cardinals offense is surprising me more than I thought. They're playing pretty good overall. Like, they're playing better than I expected them. I thought they were going to be like, tanking for Caleb Williams, but they actually seem like they're trying to win their games until the last quarter but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very good test for it's going to be a surprising test for your Cowboys. I think that if the Cowboys underestimate them, then it'll be closer than I'd like, but I think that overall the Cowboys should handle easily.
Oh, absolutely. But the only thing that the Cowboys defense doesn't do very effectively, regardless of last year or this year, is containing the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
If the quarterback has enough time to run,
Mm-hmm.
the quarterback will get some significant yards. So if we can contain Dobbs, I think we should be good.
And I think that's where Micah Parsons is really gonna, show why he should be considered the best defensive player in the league. I think that this will be, it's gonna be one of those games where, you're gonna look at the stat sheet, and this is my prediction. I think that this is gonna be one of those games where you look at the stat sheet and you look at it and you're like, what the fuck happened with Micah Parsons? He went off. Fucking like 5 sacks, 6 sacks. I'm predicting 6 sacks in total for the Cowboys, and 3.
How many for Micah?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? Okay.
3 or 4. And I'm being a little bit generous on the 4, maybe 3. I think so. I genuinely think so. From what I saw, and albeit the Jets' offensive line is terrible, but Micah Parsons is. He is quick. He is so fast with his decision making. He ran up, like I was talking about earlier. He ran up to the edge tackle, goes up, hits him, pushes him back, falls back, runs around the middle, and goes up the middle into the pocket, tackles sacks Zach Wilson, and he goes into his his lion crawl, and he fucking, he's a monster. So I think that unless the Cardinals' offensive line is I don't think they're gonna be really ready for what's in store for them on that offensive. Dobbs has to be fast. That run game has to be on point, and like the Cowboys aren't going to give him a chance. They play. No. They're not going to give him. They're going to be pressuring them at every point. They have to be fast if they want to win this game.
But come on, man! I gotta go with my Cowboys.
I agree. Cowboys for the dub. Kansas City versus Bears. I do not want to elaborate on this one too much, because the Bears suck.
Oh, no, absolutely.
They suck. Justin Fields was supposed to take a big leap forward, and he looks like absolute garbage. Justin Fields is trash. Give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs, yep.
Now, it pains me to bring up this one because it's a Sunday night game, so the entire world's going to see how good the Raiders are against a mediocre Steelers offense. So it's going to be a mediocre defense versus a mediocre offense. And basically we're going to see how the defense handles against I don't even know what to call the Raiders offense right now. We scored 10 points against the Bills. I don't know what to call them. Is the Bills defense really that good, or is the Raiders offense just bad? There's too many questions.
Nah, I think the Bills defense is really good though. If you're gonna put it in perspective, I think the Bills has an outstanding defense.
And I don't think the Raiders offense is that bad. I think that it was just one of those games where, there's levels to
It's gonna
this.
happen. One of those games is always gonna happen.
Yeah. It just shows the levels to it, and the Raiders aren't on the Bills level. And it just shows.
I'm gonna say this wholeheartedly. Give me the Raiders.
Raiders. I'm going with my Raiders too. Hey, that's one. I'm gonna pick my Raiders. I'm gonna ride with them until the wheels fall off.
Don't expect me to pick the Raiders every week. All right?
And don't expect me to pick the Cowboys every week. Best believe I'm picking the 49ers to win that game against you guys.
Absolutely.
That's going to be a good one.
Tough-ass game. I call it.
Mark that one on your calendar, boys and girls. That one's going to be a great matchup to watch. And I can't wait to come back after that week and talk about it. That's going to be a fun game. So, yeah, if the Raiders defense allows this shitty-ass offense to look good, we're not going to win. But I think that the Raiders defense is going to do enough to stop that Steelers offense. And I think that the Raiders offense is going to ball out, especially if Jacoby Myers is there, especially if they can get Hunter Renfrow involved more, because, come on, man. Hunter Renfrow is one of the best slots, one of the best route runners. You got to give him the ball. If you're not going to use him, just trade him. And I'm going to keep dying on this hill. We can't be wasting this talent. We're paying him so damn much money, and we're not even using him. That's mind-boggling.
I would say this. I predict the score. 24-17 Raiders.
24-17 Raiders. I can see that, to be honest. I can see that. I'll give it more. I'm gonna be more generous for my Raiders, and I'm gonna either love this prediction or I'm gonna hate it. And
but think about it. That's a very generous for both teams.
17, yeah. I don't think that that offense is gonna score 17 on us.
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
Defense is really bad. That defense is really bad. That defense is so bad. Oh,
but I got your defense doing 2 picks though.
2 picks. Hopefully they can step up. We need. Oh my god! And another thing that pisses me off too is, it doesn't piss me off because he's a rookie. But god damn, what's that kid's name? The one that we drafted. Tyree Wilson. That's his name.
Mm-hmm.
He is not ready yet. You can see that he's not comfortable yet. His foot is still healing from that injury from last year. He's still not ready. And I think that's also partly because Chandler Jones, whatever's going on with him, hope he gets better. Hope everything gets better. Hopefully the situation gets resolved in the best way possible. But yeah, our defense is just so damn suspect. I'm gonna pick my Raiders, but because that offense is so terrible. But man,
you never know.
I'm not gonna predict. I'm not gonna predict a score because then I'm gonna get.
No, I want to hear it. You said you're gonna hate it or you're gonna love
24-10. Give me 24-10.
You think 24-10?
24-10.
You think they score only 10 points on you?
10 points.
Nah. You even said it.
You know what? You know what? Just know.
Garbage.
You know what though? What's most likely going to happen? It could possibly turn into a shootout because of how bad our defense is, and then our offense is pretty good if they start meshing together and Josh Jacobs figures it out. but it could turn into a shootout, and it turns out to be 31-32 or some bullshit ass fucking number like that. You know.
Hey, I'm hoping for the best for the Raiders, man.
I
Especially
hope
this
so
game.
too. I hope so too. We need it. We have to stay in first. We have to stay in first place. We have to.
Hey, all I'm saying, I'm trying to keep you sane. Okay, that's where I want to keep your sanity
You see,
for the rest of the season.
you see this bald spot right here. If we're gonna see how big it gets by the end of the season. It's not a bald spot. It's just how my hair is right now. Is it a bald spot? Nah.
No, it's just your
it's just,
hairline.
it's just how my hair is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got full hair. But we'll see how big that hole is by the end of the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Give me the Raiders. 24-10. I'm sticking by it. I'm sticking by it.
24-10. All right.
You're probably gonna be closer on the ball. All right, and then that moves us into Monday night's games. So Monday night, it's a doubleheader.
Yep.
We got the Philadelphia Eagles versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh.
That's gonna be good.
It's
Mike Evans.
going to depend on which team wants to come out playing. That's it. But don't get me wrong, I hate Philly, and I can't stand the Buccaneers. But I think Baker Mayfield's going to come out.
Yep.
I think he's going to come out to win. He's going to
You
come out
think
to play. I think so. I think the Buccaneers are going to win.
So you think the Buccaneers are gonna take away Jalen Hurts' perfect season?
Oh, absolutely. Don't get me
And,
wrong. Hey,
and this is not coming out as a Cowboys fan, correct?
no,
This is your.
I like the Eagles. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong. Jalen Hurts, amazing player. It's an amazing team. But I think Baker Mayfield is going to want it more at the end of the day.
I'm not mad, and I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna doubt Baker Mayfield until he proves me wrong. He's been playing good football. He's exciting to watch. I want the best for him. I think that the Eagles are going to lose their first game of the season to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will go on to be 3-0.
Yeah.
Which will be amazing. Nobody expected that. I sure as hell didn't.
The way the season's going, it's going to be a crazy season.
Ooh,
Man.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun season. I'll tell you that. Last game of the season. Los Angeles Rams.
Of the week,
last.
not the season.
Yeah, my bad. Last game of the week.
This ain't the Super
It's
Bowl?
not preseason yet. Or it's not postseason yet. Last game of the week, we have LA Rams versus the Cincinnati Bengals. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you like about the Rams? What do you like about the Bengals? If there is anything that you like so far right now. Because you're giving me a face right now that's kind of telling me that you don't like something.
I don't like how Joe Burrow's performing, man. Joe Burrow's underperforming. That's what he's doing.
Yep.
For the potential that the Bengals have this season, they're underperforming.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. Bengals looked phenomenal last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, besides Joe Burrow getting sacked a lot. But like he said, he doesn't care about the sacks. He doesn't care about anything like that. He just cares about winning football games.
Yep.
So, I think coming off an injury, Joe Burrow, I think the Rams got him. He's not going to be too comfortable coming back.
I think he's questionable still, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't even know. We don't even know if he's going to play. And here's the deal. My opinion on it is that Joe Burrow was not ready to start the season. Remember, he had an injury that held him out of mini camps. Like, he was injured for a while. So, I mean, he has a lot of rust. And now, on top of that, he re-aggravated his injury last week. So now he's questionable. And you're facing against a Rams team that, although they are 0-2, they look good, offensively speaking. And the Cincinnati Bengals defense, they've played against good offenses. I mean, talking about the Browns specifically, you know, their defense has not looked that good, and I
No.
think that the Rams. I agree. I think this is what you were saying. I don't. But you were gonna pick the Rams, right? Or did you pick the Rams?
I did pick the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going with you 100%. Rams are gonna win this. Puka Nakua, number 2 receiver in fantasy right now, stud. Tutu Atwell, good slot receiver. I mean, we know that it's only going to be temporary until Cooper Kupp comes back because he's a slot receiver. But I mean, they both looking good. They're both being efficient, and I think that, especially if they don't have Joe Burrow, they're going to struggle. I mean, they still have Jamar Chase and they have T Higgins, but you know, I don't think that the Cincinnati Bengals are gonna get their. I don't think they're gonna get their win this week. Give me the.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think the Rams are gonna win this one. Rams by. Do you want to give a prediction on a score?
$32-20.
32-20. 32-20. So you think that a Joe Burrow-less Bengals is gonna score 20? Defense. Okay, so you think they're gonna get some key positions?
They're gonna have key takeaways. Maybe second quarter, third quarter, but it's not gonna be enough to bring it home.
Yeah. I'm not mad with that score. It's possible, and we don't know who's the backup for the Bengals.
Isn't it Red Thunder, Red Lightning? What is his fucking name? Andy Dalton?
No, he left already.
Or who is it? I forgot his name.
Hold up. Trevor Siemian and Jack Browning.
Simeon?
Hold on. They terminated Trevor Siemian's contract. So Trevor Siemian is a free agent.
So Browning?
Jake Browning is the backup. We'll see how he does. Not like Trevor Siemian was that good either.
Yeah, no, they're quarterbacks that need development.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, they have too many questions, going forward, and I don't. Do you think that the Cincinnati Bengals playoff hopes are in jeopardy now?
Yeah, if Joe Burrow doesn't come back 100% and getting into rhythm again, I think Cincinnati Bengals don't have a chance.
Especially with the Browns still.
Unless they pick up someone from
Free
different team when they trade for a backup quarterback.
Yeah, but I mean, to pick up a backup quarterback, why would you do that? Like, to trade away assets to get somebody to back up your highest paid player on the team, I don't think that the Bengals are willing to do that right now, especially having Jack Browning, and we also have the rule of the emergency third quarterback rule. So they're going to activate somebody from the practice squad up to, if that's the case, I think. No, well, that's if they put him on injury reserve. But I don't think that Joe. I think he might miss maybe 1 or 2 weeks. But even then, maybe even if he misses, and that's the bare minimum, like 2 to 3 weeks, is what I'm hearing. If they miss 3 weeks, their playoff hopes are done. 5 games in a row. With the Ravens in that division, you still got the Browns. The Steelers, they're not going to finish below 500. I still have faith that Mike Tomlin will figure something out to at least get them over 500. But
no, I don't think the Steelers are going to go over 500.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
You might be right on that, to be honest. That offense is so terrible.
It's the Steelers we're talking about, man.
Yeah. I think we give them a pass just because of how dominant they have been throughout history and even in the last decade. We just give them a pass, but yeah, It's not looking good there. It's not looking good for Chicago, definitely. But yeah,
Chicago needs to step it up, man.
yeah, they definitely do. There's a lot of question marks there, and especially on Justin Fields' part, he's not looking good. They got him a whole bunch of weapons, and he still can't play. That offensive line is looking horrible. I mean, there's a lot of questions there. There's so you thought that they were gonna do good, but man, yeah,
They just play
not-
worse and worse.
I know, right? It's not looking good for them by the minute, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week, and I'm excited to see everything that plays out. But yeah, we're already coming up on almost 2 hours now. We're in an hour and 45 minutes in, and it seems like it went by super fast. But it was a. Do you have any closing remarks to say before we go ahead and close out the stream?
Well, I just want to say, man, thank you for bringing me on. I'm gonna go from guest to co-host.
Yes, sir. This is going to be my
Yeah.
official co-host going forward. We're going to be going. We're going to be definitely trying to do this more consistently, trying to bring more videos, and also in the future. The background that you see now. This is just because this is my first day using Streamlabs, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But definitely we're
Hey,
going to
I'm using my phone, man.
exactly.
I'm outside.
We're doing what we can. Give us a break. You know, it gets better with time. But just know that we're giving our genuine reactions about everything that we say. We put all our emotions about how we feel about the sports on, and you know we just want to do the best that we can. You know what I mean? We want to
Absolutely.
give our best opinion, and hopefully somebody vibes with what we got to say. You know, and if you do, go ahead and click that like button. And I'm also going to be putting his YouTube channel up. He does a lot of gaming videos, and we might also start streaming on his channel in the future when he gets his setup all done up, so that way we can start helping each other and helping grow both our platforms. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Man, it's a pleasure.
Hey,
and huh?
so during off season, do you want to do like a regular podcast?
Oh yeah,
type
most
thing?
definitely, most definitely.
Talk about random shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so fucking down, dude. I've been wanting to start a podcast, and I've been trying to figure. Like, I've talked to a few people, and like, you know, I was interested, but at the same time, you don't know how you're gonna be with certain people, and I know how comfortable I am with you. Like, we can talk for hours, and it's just like bringing back those memories when we were kids playing Black Ops Zombies until fucking
Dude.
3 a.m. Those memories that, like,
That was the-
and if
that was the
anything,
time,
you guys
man.
can also look in the videos, the live streams from back then. Me and him have live streamed before. He's one of my former live streaming buddies from gaming. If you guys want to go down and look at those, but you know, I love this guy.
Hey,
Me and him always.
as advised there, man.
Yep.
There's a lot of unfiltered stuff on there.
Yeah. Just be advised. I rage a lot, and I play stupidly, but man, I couldn't have asked for a better co-host, and I'm grateful that I was able to bring this guy on, and I can't wait for what the future brings for us, brother. It's gonna be fun.
The future's bright, man. The future is bright.
Hell yeah, it's just up from here. Let's get it on.
Let's do it.
Well, that's going to be it for today, guys. We're going to be ending the stream after almost 2 hours. And if you guys like the video again, you know, no viewers right now, but we're going to have viewers in the future. So when you guys look back at this, just remember this is how we all started. And for any future people that, you know, want to do this, you don't need much. You just need to have a good friend that you can get along with and somebody you can vibe with, and that's all you need.
Hey, just do that leap, man. Just regardless if you have 0 views,
Mhm.
thousands of views, you gotta start somehow. You gotta
Yep.
start one day at a time. Don't think about the long run. Just do one podcast after another, one YouTube video after another. Then the traction will come. Trust me, it's gonna come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Couldn't have said it better myself. You know, we it's just consistency. We just got to stay consistent,
Yeah.
and you know, we'll start figuring it out as we go along, and that's all that matters. So, I am grateful. This has been fun. I enjoyed this so very much. I wasn't expecting us to go this long, and it went by super fast. I was like, holy crap, it's almost 2
Oh yeah,
hours.
no, absolutely.
But I appreciate everybody that watches this in the future. and I appreciate everybody that's going to follow us along for the journey. I promise you, we got big things coming. Everything. This isn't only going to be a podcast for football. This is going to be a future thing that we do. Just talk about our opinions. Just talk about what we like. You know, growing up, like us being fathers. Maybe even give stories of, you know, we have some great stories like, you know, an exhaust being messed up and sounding like a damn sports car. You remember that one? We got plenty of stories to bring up, but, you know. I love you, man, and I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, much love, man. Much love.
Much love. See you next week, brother, and I can't wait to speak to you again. Take care.
Hey, hopefully it's before next week, man. Hopefully Sunday.
Oh, no, we're definitely going
to
to be... Hey, we're going to be talking this weekend. We're going to be talking for the rest
absolutely.
We're going to definitely keep in touch.
Josh had 3 interceptions.
Yes, sir.
Be in contact.
Oh, yeah. We're also going to try and put out a video probably this week after the game. We'll record a short clip of us giving our reactions on certain things.